Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 5.
Arctic cold temperatures and snow flurries on the move across central and eastern Kentucky. But I'm talking about the potential for a bigger snow system just ahead.
We are tracking the search for a suspect after someone shot a man on a Lexington street.
Police say a teenager made a threat against a central Kentucky school. What the school did to make sure the students were safe. WKYT News at 5 starts now.
Good afternoon to you. It is only November, but it feels more like the middle of winter outside.
Temperatures today barely making the 30s, and we're tracking the potential for snow. We begin with WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. Chris, how long is this going to stick around? Yeah, for the next week at least, Sam and Amber, we're going to be talking about a lot of wintry weather. Basically, let's take a forecast from January. Let's put it right in the middle of November because that's what we're talking about. Look outside where we have a few snowflakes dancing about the air across the Hamburg Pavilion area in Lexington. Check out the current temperature at 27 degrees. 27 with a gusty northwesterly wind. It feels like it is 16 out there. Normal high for the day is 57 degrees. So we're 30 degrees colder right now than a normal high temperature. Now the high for the day actually occurred at midnight at 34. And since then we've been basically into the upper 20s to around 30. If you're looking for the all-time coldest high temperature for this day, that's 28 degrees from back in 1911. So yes, it's been colder, but you got to go a long ways back in the record books to find days colder than the one we see now, the upper 20s to around 30. And look at that wind chill. 16 Lexington, Covington checking in with 18 degrees. And yes, we are dealing with a couple of bands of snow showers out there. One across southern Kentucky, Pulaski County toward Lake Cumberland. In the Bluegrass region, I'm tracking a little band that is working out of Henry County, parts of Shelby County into Frankfort, the Peaks Mill area, and Georgetown. Additional bands of snow showers coming at us out of the Hoosier State. Guys, that may be a little preview of what is to come, as the focus of the forecast will be on a second system that impacts our weather late this weekend. That's what I'm keeping my eyes on, and I'll show you why with the latest model data just ahead. And Chris, this blast of winter has organizations scrambling to help those in need of staying warm. Officials at God's Net tell us they have a good supply of clothing items ready to go now, but it's disappearing fast. They're asking for donations of coats, socks, hats, and gloves to help people survive this cold weather.
I don't think any of us expected an Arctic blast in the middle of November. It didn't give us a lot of time to prepare. We're used to brutal winters, especially last winter with the polar vortex, but we weren't prepared mid-November for this.
The Catholic Action Center is also open 24/7 to give people a warm place to sleep and a hot meal. We're tracking the investigation into a shooting in Lexington.
It happened about 1:30 this afternoon on Pemberton near East 5th Street. We're told the victim approached a sanitation worker to report the shooting. WKYT's Victor Puente shows us how people living nearby were able to help.
People living on Pemberton came to this man's rescue, keeping him warm after he was shot. Sanitation workers who were on the street told police a man approached them and said he'd been shot. Two women living on either side of the street helped him as he laid in the road.
Plastic bags to cover the wound, and I also got a blanket to cover him up, and so I went out there to help my neighbor that was already on the scene over him.
That man was taken to UK Hospital while police began looking for evidence. They went door to door, but so far say they don't have any information on the shooter.
No, we're not sure if they knew each other or is this a random crime. That's information the victim will have to provide us when we get a chance to interview him.
Police also taped off the parking lot of an apartment near where the man ended up. They wouldn't comment on why it was taped off, other than to say they were still looking for evidence.
We're checking the area thoroughly to see if there's any other evidence or shell casings or blood or the suspect discarded anything.
Police say they plan on talking to the victim at the hospital once doctors have cleared him. In Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Police believe there may be witnesses to this crime that they still need to talk with to find out more information.
A middle school student is facing criminal charges this afternoon. Georgetown police say the student made a threat at Scott County Middle School. WKYT's Jordan Valines is live at the scene to show us what the school is doing to try and keep the students safe. Jordan?
Sam, that's right. Earlier today, parents of students here at Scott County Middle School received an email outlining the details of the incident that occurred earlier this week. Now, on Monday, the Georgetown Police Department opened an investigation at the middle school after being notified that a student had made threats that were directed at 2 or 3 other students. The letter to the parents, written by the superintendent and principal, stated that as soon as they were made aware of the threat, they began working closely together with the families involved. The letter also states that students were never in any danger. School officials couldn't elaborate any more about what the actual incident was, but they are taking disciplinary measures towards the student responsible. Employees at the school district were not available for an interview this afternoon. Now, we did get in touch with Georgetown Police, and they were able to tell us that the student responsible is going to face terroristic threatening charges. Live in Georgetown, Jordan Valines, WKYT.
Jordan, thank you. The school district is working with the Georgetown Police Department to investigate.
A show of support today in an eastern Kentucky courtroom for a state probation and parole officer who was shot while trying to arrest a man. It happened in September of 2013 near the post office in the Mousy community of Knott County. Jennifer Palumbo is at the live desk with how Brian Melvin's fellow officers are supporting him. Jennifer?
Amber, police say Brian Melvin was shot while trying to serve a warrant on 28-year-old Rocky Wicker Jr. They say Wicker's father, Rocky Wicker Sr., shot at Melvin and a car with 3 other officers inside. Rocky Wicker Sr. was in court today in Hindman on charges of attempted murder and wanton endangerment. Brian Melvin also showed up at the hearing along with dozens of his colleagues at the Kentucky Department of Corrections. They say they wanted to be there to send a message that their jobs are dangerous. Rocky Wicker Sr.'s trial is set to begin on December 8th, and Melvin's colleagues say they plan to be there. So many corrections officers showed up today at the Knott County Judicial Center that the judge asked them to call ahead next time, and they said they will. Some of them drove all the way from Louisville to attend today's hearing. At the live desk, Jennifer Palumbo, WKYT.
Jennifer, thank you. Melvin was shot in the arm. The 3 probation officers in the car just had minor injuries.
Kentucky Senator Mitch McConnell became the new Senate Majority Leader today. He'll lead the Senate beginning next month. First, Congress needs to wrap up this year's business. As Craig Boswell shows us, that includes a vote on the controversial Keystone XL Pipeline.
Kentucky Senator Mitch McConnell was all smiles after his Republican colleagues voted him in as the next Majority Leader.
We'd like for the president to recognize the reality that he has the government that he has, not the one that he wishes he had, and work with us.
He'll replace Democratic Senator Harry Reid, whose party lost at least 8 seats to the GOP.
We want to legislate. We're not for stalling. We want to move on to the next Congress with a record of accomplishment.
After months of stalemate, the current Congress seems ready to act on the controversial Keystone XL Pipeline.
The Keystone Pipeline from Canada to Texas will bring as much crude oil as we get from Saudi Arabia.
The pipeline is back on the agenda partly because there's still a Senate race to be decided in Louisiana. Project bringing lots of jobs.
The Senate plans to debate and vote on the bill next week at the urging of Democrat Mary Landrieu, who is fighting to hang on to her seat.
My leadership didn't give me permission to do this. Nobody asked me to do it.
Landrieu is in a runoff with Republican Congressman Bill Cassidy, and over in the House, the GOP has its own version of the bill. It's been renamed the Cassidy-Keystone Solution, and a vote is expected Friday. Craig Boswell, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
And the White House hinted that the president may veto the Keystone bill if it is passed out of Congress. They are impressive. We've seen the UK basketball team already in action a few times this year.
But tomorrow is when those games officially start to count. Coach Cal and the team talked today about finally getting this season underway. WKYT's Rob Bromley's here now with our Big Blue coverage. Hi, Rob.
Hi there. John Calipari beginning his 6th season in Lexington. It all gets started in Rupp tomorrow night against Grand Canyon. Kentucky ranked #1 in just about every major poll. The Cats were able to get a head start on the season with their trip to the Bahamas in August. Now, Cal had said that the trip would make it a long season, but he seemed fine with it today.
I think it's okay, and I think what's happened is we got a lot of guys that have really gotten better, and the question becomes, how do we keep that rolling? I mean, how do we you know, the continuous improvement that you need if your team is to play its best down the stretch.
Yeah, we're just ready for the season to be here. We're so excited it's finally here, you know, ready to play other people different from ourselves at practice, you know, and just ready to go out there and have fun.
And the game with Grand Canyon will tip off tomorrow night at 8 o'clock in Rupp. You can see it on the SEC Network. It is a busy schedule early. 6 games in the first 12 days. Now, Cal wants his team to be good starting out, but not too good. He explains in the next half hour.
All right, Rob, we'll see you then. The Cats get right back on the court Sunday against Buffalo, and then it is Kansas in Indianapolis next Tuesday night. 3 U.S. sailors are attacked while in Turkey. How the country is responding to what happened to them.
A new report shows just how many high schoolers admit to using tobacco. We have the numbers in Better Living.
And a murder suspect manages to post a $500,000 cash bond. How did he do it? We investigate on WKYT News at 5:30.